you really look at this point of the season, and as we have the bye this week, on how we can be able to kind of recharge, mentally, physically, get our team ready as we head into the final stretch of the Big Ten regular season play. And I can't say enough about the support we've had in our last 3 home games with over 6,000 fans each game. Obviously helping us come back in 2 of those games from really, really large deficits and make games of them, and in the third one be able to help us put us over the top. So I think that atmosphere has been phenomenal. I've been really proud of our team. I think after the games, to be able to interact with the fans and be here for over an hour, signing autographs, taking pictures. The performance on the floor, we've got to figure out how not to put ourselves in these holes. And as we look at it, and yesterday I thought we did a really good job on the glass. We took better care of the basketball. We didn't do the job on the other end. As we were able to score the ball better in the third and the fourth quarter, we couldn't get the stops we needed. And again, the advantage we had yesterday was playing a team coming off a postponed game that instead of playing on Thursday night, they've had to play on Friday. And again, as much as we were able to score the ball inside, I think we are capable of doing a better job and helping our team be better on guarding people, not only off the dribble, get into the lane, but obviously in the post. So I think it's a great time when you can get back to a lot of basics this week, and you won't be in the same game prep, 2 days of practice getting ready for your next opponent. Get a lot of skill work in, a lot of film work, but also, as I mentioned at the very beginning, a chance for our kids to get away a little bit. I think they're excited to be back in that routine of being in classes and having the earlier practice slot, so we can be most prepared to head into Illinois on Sunday.
Like among the issues, especially in Big Ten play, fast break points, giving up double what you're getting. Is that you're slowing down things, or not intentionally, or not unintentionally, or is it giving up too many on the other end?
I think in certain games we understand how to, controlling the tempo is and putting ourselves in the best position to win. We can't be in a track meet with certain teams, and as much as you work on transition defense, you have to do that through your offense as well, and make people have to guard you for longer periods of time, which obviously takes away our opportunity to score in transition. I think the biggest part of those fast break points is the next column right next to it is points off turnovers, and as much as you can prepare, for how many people you get back, how you offensive rebound, where you stop the ball, how you get the rim. You try to put the team in a situation every day in practice with different advantage break situations. The one thing you don't necessarily work on is, hey, let's throw the ball away and then figure out how to run back and guard. And again, I think that those obviously, I thought the 2 possessions to end the first quarter were critical yesterday. We had some ball screen action. We weren't able to convert. They were able to get down. And then again, the one time I thought we were careless against the press the whole night. And we had some really good things happen against their press. We were able, and that led to an and one, and there's 5 quick points they got to end the quarter.
Your young kids, other than Amani, their playing time's been kind of hit and miss. Jasmine Hale has played considerably early, less later, but sometimes more. What are you seeing in her as she's going through the learning process this year?
Yeah, she was unfortunately unavailable in the second half yesterday. I think she brings activity that's different than Suzanne and Alex off the bench on the perimeter. She's able to get an offensive rebound. I think she is an active defender. I think she's still working through understanding in Big Ten play that the physicality of even if you get somebody in front of you, and obviously she's somebody that's gonna have to spend more time with Abby Bush in strength and conditioning, but she does score the ball in different ways, and I thought she really helped us in that first quarter in the Maryland game the other night. got herself in good position. She's able to, I think rotate with different spots with Kelly Carlos to help us take Kelly off of the best perimeter player on the other team and be able to give Kelly a little bit of a blow because I think Kelly's working extremely hard. And again, I think yesterday she was the first perimeter sub in and would have been in the second half and just, kind of in the course of the first half and then at halftime, kind of a lower body injury that just really wouldn't present itself to have her out there. So hopefully this break will do her some good. I've already checked in with her last night and even earlier today, and it seems like it's feeling better. But again, understanding how to do that, and when we look at our efficiency numbers, I think that's one thing is people understand what Alex and Suzanne bring to us from an offensive standpoint, and they're not getting much room. We've got to do a better job as a coaching staff to get them open. Our post players really need them to help, open things up for them and give them some more space to operate. But I think Jasmine does have an ability that's different coming off the bench than the other players.
Jonathan, with not a lot of room to operate, how did Marcia Howard score 30 points against that Michigan team?
Yeah, so, she, we looked at last year's film, and one thing I think we've seen with Marcia is, is a tendency when we get in a scoring lull, is she tries to overcompensate, and sometimes that leads to some turnovers. And there, I'm a big believer. There's turnovers of that you have players who aren't in a position to make a play, and there's turnovers where they're being aggressive. And obviously, we know Marcia's very aggressive in a lot of things offensively, but. Again, I think Marcia's at her best when she can get some space. She's obviously going to play against bigger post players in the Big Ten. But, yesterday, I think, early on, she got a couple of, kind of creases, between defenders. She had a good drive from the high post. She got to the offensive glass. Obviously, when we got to the bonus, with 7:25 left in the third quarter yesterday, to be able to get to the free throw line 15 times as one individual and be able to convert 11 times, she has been working every day. She was a little bit humble yesterday and talking about that. Anytime there's the team, we have a 1 minute water break and she's trying to get 6 more free throws up. So she's been working on that outside of what we've had laid out in practice. And I thought in the pick and pop 3 that she shot it in rhythm. She was squared. We watched some film from the Maryland game where I think there's a tendency when you're playing against bigger players that you maybe try to get your shot off a little bit quicker, and I thought she had good patience with that. And so when she shot that 3 yesterday, I thought it was, off the ball screen, a good delivery by Naya. And again, she plays till the buzzer. She got a couple of baskets late, when we were scrambling and pressing and trying to extend the game. That's a credit. You hope your seniors play with an unbelievable sense of urgency, understanding their time is quickly winding down.
Carmen Backus is somebody early on kind of decided she wasn't going to be able to get back this year. Is she close to being able to practice, and what are you hoping to salvage from this season for her?
Well, I just think it'll help with the learning curve. Every day she's able to do shooting drills, and she's somebody that there's no question you can see it. We saw it in the recruiting process. We see it, how consistent every shot is. She's right on the sidelines, a little different than the other 3 that are off, that are out for the year that, can't be, if 3 braces and a wheelie cart with the other 3. Carmen can be in there. Carmen can be right on the sidelines. Carmen is active in the drills. As far as, being a passer right now, she's still not been cleared for contact, and obviously that's something that we want that progression, but only when we feel like her strength matches her knee, obviously, in the other parts of her body. So I do like the fact that she's able to do more, be an active passer when we do position work, and obviously getting extra shots up. But just understanding to go through a 90-minute practice or, a 60-minute shoot-around, I think is vital to kind of help increase her learning curve. I am confident she is somebody that, is not only academically very, very gifted and picking up things quickly, but also from a basketball IQ. So if we can keep introducing a little bit more each week the rest of the season, I think that'll give her a head start, not only on next year, but as we get into the postseason work.